What do you think is better, catching a huge amount of fish or catching one giant fish? I think that the latter is better, and after watching this video to the end, I think you will agree with me because such catches are much more impressive and amazing. Hello there, and in this issue, we will show you the fish catches that have broken all records. Tuna weighing about 1,500 pounds that made fishermen famous all over the world. Incredible fish that took 3 whole hours to be taken out of the water. Catfish record holders, and other amazing aquatic inhabitants in today's edition. Atlantic halibut. A few years ago, a Norwegian fisherman named Reinhard Ehrman set a record by catching the largest Atlantic halibut. The fish weighed 531 pounds and was 106 inches long. Just imagine how big that is. As you might guess, catching such a fish is not so easy. According to the Norwegian, he fought with him for 3 whole hours, until the halibut finally appeared in his boat. Reinhard even had to resort to asking for help from other experienced fishermen, who helped drag the halibut onto the ship. As Reinhard said, he presented the record catch to one of the local fishmongers, taking with him only a few pounds of selected meat as a keepsake. Largemouth bass. If you went fishing, then you probably caught carps and perches. These fish tend to be caught more often than any others, but most of you have probably never caught a largemouth bass, which are much larger than usual perch. These fish grow up to 30 inches in length and can weigh up to 25 pounds. But sometimes they are slightly larger fish and are found to become a record-breaking fish. One of these record-breaking individuals was caught in 2009 by the Japanese fisherman Manabu Kurita from Lake Biwa. Without using any complicated devices, he managed to get out one of these water giants, 29 inches long and weighing 22 pounds and 4 ounces. When the bass was measured, it was claimed that Manabu had officially broken the record that had been held since 1932. At around the same time, another largemouth bass was caught by a fisherman from Georgia. But that's not all. It turned out that Manabu Kurita caught not only one of the largest, but also one of the oldest largemouth basses in history. He was 77 years old. Of course, the catch by Manabu was impressive, but it seems that soon it will be beaten again because so many fishermen believe even larger mouth basses weighing over 25 pounds can be found in nature. Atlantic Goliath grouper. The name itself says this fish is huge. They live in warmer waters of the Atlantic, and they often swim off the coast of Florida, and record catches go to fishermen from this state. In May 1961, fisherman Lynn Joyner was fishing off the coast of Florida in Fernandina Beach. Fortune favored Lynn, and he managed to catch a real monster. The Atlantic Goliath grouper weighed 680 pounds. An old photo shows how huge this fish was. In length, it exceeded the height of most adults. Lynn's record has yet to be broken for 2 reasons. Firstly, such huge groupers, in principle, are not so common. And secondly, at the beginning of the 90s, the Atlantic Goliath grouper catch became prohibited, so Lynn Joyner apparently set an eternal record that no one will ever beat. Giant bluefin tuna. Pacific bluefin tuna is not only very large, but also a very fast fish. With the length of up to 10 feet and a weight of about 1,000 pounds, these monsters are capable of speeds up to 18 miles per hour. As you can imagine, such abilities of Pacific bluefin tuna make them very difficult to catch. That is why the record catches of these fish seem to be even more incredible. Here, it is worth highlighting 2 record catches at once. The first was from fisherman Ken Foster, who in 1979, in the Canadian province of Nova Scotia, caught a unrealistically huge tuna weighing 1,492 pounds and was 180 inches long. Thanks to this catch, on which he spent 45 minutes, Foster became famous throughout the world. Also, I'd like to tell you about Donna Pascoe, a woman who is engaged in fishing at an amateur level. In 2014, Donna managed to catch a real monster off the coast of New Zealand. It was a large bluefin tuna weighing 907 pounds. She fought the fish for over 4 hours. Already on deck, other members of the ship's crew helped her cope with the giant. Donna is currently the only woman in the world who has managed to catch such a large bluefin tuna, so she definitely deserves your respect and your like. Catfish record holder. You can catch huge fish not only off the coast of Norway or in the warm waters of the Atlantic Ocean near Florida, but also real giants are found in the rivers of picturesque Italy. One of the rivers is called Po. It is especially famous for its incredible catfish. In 2015, twin brothers Dino and Dario Ferrari caught a giant catfish from this river in northern Italy, the largest in the documented history of the Apennine Peninsula. The catfish was floundering about, and it took 40 minutes to get it out of the water, so the brothers had to work hard. The dimensions were astounding: 106 inches long and 280 pounds. It became clear that the Ferrari brothers had set a new record. Plus, they had even broken their own record for catching a huge fish. 2 years earlier, the twins had caught a catfish weighing 258 pounds. It is worth saying that the brothers acted very normal. Having measured the record-breaking catfish, they photographed him and immediately released him back into the river. What would you do in a situation like this? Would you send your record-breaking catch back into the river or the sea, or take it home? Write what you would do in the comments, and we continue. Pike record holder. Speaking of record catches, one should not forget about pikes, which are common in Eurasia and North America. These fish, which have long become important ingredients in many dishes, as well as famous characters in folk tales. In some bodies of water, you can find truly huge and unusual pikes, but perhaps the most gigantic pike was caught at Lake Grefern in Germany. In 1986, a fisherman named Lothar Lewis caught a pike weighing 55 pounds and 60 inches long. This pike is still considered a record, which is confirmed even by the International Sport Fishing Association. Siamese giant carp. Some fishermen deliberately go out fishing to return with a record catch, while others set records by accident. For example, 42-year-old Briton John Harvey, who lives in Thailand, entered the list of record fishermen in July 2019. While fishing on one of the lakes in Thailand, he managed to catch a Siamese carp weighing 231 pounds. The battle with the monster lasted an hour and a half as the carp kicked and strongly resisted. The Briton simply did not want to miss such a catch, and therefore he did everything very carefully. An hour and a half later, John was able to drag the carp onto the surface, and with the help of 2 other fishermen took measurements. I became a record holder, and this is my most incredible achievement ever. Since I caught this carp, I show photos of him to everyone, says the Briton. And that's all for today. What is the biggest fish you've ever caught? Write about it in the comments. And of course, don't forget to put like if you like this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.